Good noon. To talk about some things today. It's gonna be about some things to expect when you're withdrawing from nicotine. And some things to look forward to when you get off cigarettes or tobacco and nicotine altogether. If you vape nicotine, you haven't quit. Okay? You can't say you've accomplished quitting smoking. You can say you've quit smoking, but you haven't got rid of the addiction. A lot of guys I see on here that have quit vape, and even if you don't vape nicotine, you're still, I don't know, possibly harming yourself. But if you get, you know, this is nicotine addiction is no joke. Smokeless tobacco is not safer. In fact, it's more addictive than smoking. That's why they say smokeless tobacco is addictive. And that might seem like a silly little warning, and I love being addicted to tobacco. But at the end of that, if you decide to quit, at the end of every satisfying nicotine intake, there's a plummet in your health. There's pain in your body. Hold on. Yeah, take a little pause there. But like I'm saying, there's something really bad at the end of your addiction. Really bad waiting for you once you quit. There's something really, really bad. And a person that does nicotine can view it as somewhat harmless and similar to caffeine, but it has the withdrawal of heroin. Nicotine affects your opioid receptors, and it gives you a little bit of pain relief, and when that's taken away, you feel more pain. So expect to feel pain in your body, in your throat, where you've smoked. Expect to feel like a strong urge, to smoke and do tobacco. But it's also going to have a burning pain at the same time. It's like going to have a burning in your throat where you've inhaled smoke, because everywhere that nicotine touches, once you get off of it, that part of your body is aching for it. More. You know, I want you to be more serious about that warning. Smokeless tobacco is addictive. You can sit there and say that people haven't died from it, but that's behind every time you do it. You're leaving behind one of those that you're smoothing out every time. If you decide to get off tobacco, you're going to be screwed for about 3 days. You know, you need to take 3 days and get through it, cry, throw up, take a big dump, take a lot of dumps. You know, drink something that'll soothe your throat from the burning. Um, drink a lot of water to flush out the nicotine. Right, I'll tell you something about the withdrawal. Right when you feel like you've went through a whole craving and got through it, that's about the point when you'll think, hey, you know, some tobacco would be nice right now. You're going to be like, oh, that would taste good, you know. That's about the point that it happens, and it's like a connection. It's not a good thing. You can sit there and be okay with it. I love being addicted. But, you know, even if something is not harming you, which it is, nicotine harms you at the same time as you're getting your pleasure with your sensors there. It's poisoning you. Nicotine is used as pesticide to kill bugs that are on plants. They're drawn to the nicotine, and they will eat it and get poisoned. And, you know, magnify that little body times to a human size, and that's what you got. People smoking, getting poisoning themselves on pesticide. Something that is supposed to kill you effectively by making you want it more and use more of it until the point where it kills you. That's the way I think of nicotine and tobacco. I don't think of it as something you could, you know, make your life, put into your life, and it be healthy for you. Even if you just smoke a couple cigars, you know, smoke your cigar and you drink your alcohol and you neglect everybody around you, and you know, it'll come back to you one day, whether it's before or after you die. You know, so make it before you die, so you don't have to fucking go to hell. So, to figure it out, get off cigarettes. It's poisoning you. Some things to look forward to. You'll enjoy everything. Everything is enjoyable. Food will not only taste better, but you'll feel it healing your body. It'll be something that energizes you, and you'll And it only takes about 3 or 4 days to get really over it. After that, you're in the clear. You may have times where you feel like you did when you're withdrawing. Marijuana one always helped me with that. But I have quit marijuana as well. It takes longer to get off marijuana than cigarettes. It takes about 3 months for it to get out of your system. And it takes about 3 months to get over it, really. And even then, you still think about it. But I found that when I quit, that the smell was enough to make me feel good. Because you have a good feeling in yourself, and you get a lot more hydrated too, ability to keep your water. Like I was always, but I still drink a lot of water, but I always carry a drink on me anyway. But without marijuana, you would be more able to hold your water, and without getting there. With cigarettes, it's worse than marijuana. Like after I quit smoking cigarettes, marijuana didn't give me dry mouth. Very much, but it still does to some degree. But it's kind of funny, when I started back up after I quit marijuana, that I was thinking about my 2 favorite kinds, and that's blueberry, and one of my favorite kinds is diesel. And then I hit up my buddy to see what he had, and he had blueberry diesel. It was pretty cool. So I felt like God was telling me something there, you know. But something that marijuana has in it, that is in tobacco from lighting it up. So I stopped smoking it, very often. I don't smoke it very often now. I've done edibles and like hash oil a little bit, but it's a lot better once you get off cigarettes. Sometimes the thing I found when I did both was that I would do one and then want the other, and then right after I smoke marijuana, then want a cigarette, then after my marijuana get sick and want some more weed, and then get some nausea relief from the more weed, and I would just go back and forth, smoke too much. But, I feel higher longer. Feels better. I feel like, I'm sure I would go through something too if I quit that, again, which I may do here at some point, but it's tough when you have those feelings, that you had when you first came off cigarettes. Later on down the road, it'll happen sometimes. And to me, I don't see it as something that makes me want a cigarette, but it's just something that makes me feel like I need to hit something, and I don't want to hit tobacco, so I hit marijuana or cannabis or bud or friendly old bud, poor man, bud. Yeah, some things to look forward to. You'll enjoy everything more, and you won't enjoy it all the time, instead of only enjoying it while you're just smoking a cigarette, or those moments in between where you're like building up to wanting a cigarette. That don't happen anymore. But sure is nice to be nicotine free, because that's the way to be. No poison for me, said the flea from Jubilee, Kentucky. No, the video's getting a little long, but hope this video helped you to see the truth. Maybe consider getting off cigarettes yourself, or whatever tobacco you're on. And I see these young kids doing dip on these channels. I mean, they're getting influenced by all the dipping channels. Seeing that it's so safe compared to cigarettes. No, I mean, addiction's bad. I mean, serious here. There'll be something waiting for you at the end of that addiction, man. So don't get hooked. Get off it as soon as you can. Cold turkey is the only way. It's the only way to get as far away from nicotine as fast as you can. So, do it. It'll make you feel a lot better.